American League Baseball is what we're going to watch today, and the Tampa Rays trying to win one at home. Glad you could be with us. 2K Sports Major League Baseball. Home team support, you bet, and a lot of it. Some 36,000 fans here. Here's a look at our starter for Tampa Bay. Steve, he's facing the Minnesota lineup today. Tell us his thoughts.
A good right-hander on the mound in this one. And if he executes the scouting report against this lineup, it shouldn't be too difficult for him to come up with the outs necessary to come away with a win.
Here's a chance to show you the lineup for the Twins. Thoughts, John? Anybody stand out?
Well, his power numbers aren't going to scare you. Joe Mauer's not going to be a guy that you have to fear the big 3-run home run. But if you want a guy to be able to drive in runs consistently, put the ball in play, throw quality at-bats against you, hit balls in gaps to drive in runs, Joe Mauer's the guy you want to see in the box.
Third baseman up. He's the game's first batter.
Minnesota Twins, third baseman, number 3.
Line drive out of play down the right side. This one's pretty well hit to deep left center. They take care of that one. And we'll take a quick look at the Rays and their alignment defensively. So, John, any individual stand out?
Well, Carlos Pena was initially brought up to the big leagues as a plus defender at first base, and that hasn't left him. What has come, though, is the power numbers later on in his career. But those soft hands have never gone away. He can make the pick in the dirt. He's a great thrower of the pitch.
That ball is hit a long way, deep into right center field, way back there. Goodbye, home run. Minnesota's put him up. And they get the first run of the ball game. That solo shot, that is a big fly ball, 1-0. Let's see how that home run and what it means for their chances of victory as we look at our WPA chart.
A great piece of hitting right there. He turns on that one, rotates the hips, and drives the ball.
And that's going to give them the lead here, and an early lead.
I'm going to see if they can tack on a few more here in the first and put the pressure on.
Now batting,
Minnesota in the lead, playing Twins baseball right now, putting pressure on the opposing pitcher. They want to keep it on now.
First pitch, a breaking ball low, 1-0. Steve, they'd love to see their bats going here. You just love to get a big jump in a ball game.
Now, you know, you have to wonder whether nerves are a factor here in the first inning and affecting the way these pitchers are going.
center fielder, number 32.
And the cleanup man stands in. Here's a splitter kicking up dust for a ball. Ugly pitch. Catcher able to somehow scoop that out. Now here's a grounder towards the hole. He'll throw on to first, and that'll do it for this half inning. Off to a good start here. They put one over in the first. The Twins are leading 1-0. Minnesota starters on the mound. Here's a look. Steve, Tampa Bay hitters, from their perspective, what's in line for?
A pretty good matchup for this right-hander on the mound right here. This is a lineup that he should be able to carve his way through. Not many threats in this lineup for him.
A swing and a fly ball to left center field. And Jones takes care of that one. One away. The Rays lineup looks like this. And our scouting report, John, who are we watching for today?
Well, every team in baseball would love to have Ben Zobrist on the team, a guy that can do just about anything.
Swung on, hit in the air to right center. 2 away. We'll take a quick look at the Twins and how they'll be out there positionally on defense.
This team has struggled defensively as you take a look at the number of errors that they've made. Last in the division overall, so it's been a major problem in comparison to the teams they're competing against most closely.
And that's out number 3. Nothing doing here in this half. Beautiful night indoors, Tropicana. Off to the west where you can see a bit of the moon out there. Jones is up now. He's going to get us started. Second inning. Oh, that one in the dirt. Good play by the catcher. Kept it in front of him. Slider misses, and it's 2-1.
A pitch like that just locks the hitter up when it's in on the hands.
Here's a swing and a miss at a hard slider, even at 2. There's a swing, and that one's hit on the ground. And that's out number 1, stepping in the bag.
Second base, 311.
And we've got Cruz batting. That curve is just a little bit outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
A big part of what made the Twins season in 2011 a disappointment, their record on the road, a 30-51 record. They really struggled.
That's hit foul by Cruz. One of the few highlights for the Twins on the road, Steve. Jim told me that 600th homer in Detroit on August 15th.
And he did it in style, right? 2 home runs in the game to reach the milestone, and one of the highlights of the Twins season, and a season that didn't have many home runs.
That's the second out of the inning.
Number 7.
Right fielder up. He's been playing a lot of time, 13 years at the major league level. Swung on, grounded towards the hole. And out. Pitcher makes a nice play at first base.
That was a nice play. Saw the opportunity at first, didn't waste any time.
The Tampa Bay Rays.
And the left fielder in. He'll get things started here in the home half of the second. Swings and grounds this one foul, wide of third. Gets him to commit to that pitch, and he's down 0-2.
Well, this one here was no doubt about it. The late break on that slider. I mean, what a devastating pitch, and the hitter just couldn't catch up.
Hit well to the left side, and he puts that one away. 1 down.
Number 3.
Tanaka at the plate. Slider just misses. 1-0.
You know, despite the Rays falling short in the playoffs and losing to the Rangers for the 2nd consecutive year, what a story.
Here's a swing and a fly ball to right center. The catch, and he has it for the second out. And that comeback for the Rays last year, it was history-making. They overcame the 9-game deficit in the season's final 3.5 weeks.
And you go back as far as you want, 100 years or more. No team has ever come back from that far behind in September to make the playoffs. They deserve so much credit for that.
Taps this one foul to the right. The slider swung out and missed. Struck him out. Side gone. And they are retired in short order. Good defensive half inning. The Rays unable to get on the board.
Plate for the Minnesota Twins.
And their catcher at the plate. He'll get things going here in the third. He swings on that 0-0 delivery. Misses the fastball. Strike 1.
Well, that fastball right there, he just blew it by him.
Towards the middle, number 2. In time for the out.
Gary, this guy makes it look easy, and he retires another one at first.
And Joe Mauer to bat.
Well, you think back a few years ago when Joe Mauer went absolutely bonkers.
Line shot into center field. And in there, that'll be a base hit for the opposing pitcher. That hurts if you're on the mound. And at the time, John, when Mauer won that MVP award, there was a feeling that you were looking at one of the big power hitters of the game.
Yeah, it just hasn't panned out for him. But when you look at his swing, he has more than...
Swing, liner, back up the middle. That looks like a single. Great opportunity for Minnesota.
Shortstop, number 5.
Like a lot of hitters, this guy doesn't look for a pitch. He looks for a location. He got the curveball in the spot that he likes, and he punched it to center field.
One out with runners at first and second. Here's the pitch. Ball! Too low on that one for a ball. 1-0. Ready with a 1-0. Swung on line to right center field. And he's on now. That's going to be another hit for them. Let's take a look at Carlos Guillen.
first base.
Well, that's 3 consecutive hits he's given up. He can't be out of gas yet. He just has to bear down and get somebody out. They don't want to go to the bullpen this early in the game.
And when you got the bases loaded like this is the opportunity you look for in a game. It may not come again.
Well, when you have a lead, you want to keep adding to it. A big opportunity here.
Hit in the air to center field. That's the second out.
He's got a shot at getting out of this now. Big timeout. Now he's got 2 down. He's only 1 out away from working out of this jam.
Now there's center fielder at the plate. Ground out victim last time through. Bends that one a little too much. That curveball in the dirt. Swings, lines this one back up the middle. And that's through a base hit. 1 run is in. Now 2 runs are in. And he's aboard. And got there with a 2-run single.
All you can do as a pitcher and catcher is put down the sign and pitch to a guy's weakness. That's what they did right there. That pitch down and away. An excellent pitch, but a better job of execution by the hitter.
First pitch he let go by, and it was a ball. 1-0.
The best curveballs are the ones that start.
Swing and a hot shot. Oh, avoided the path of that ball. That was right up the middle. Was that ever close? And he'll come in to score. Situations repeating themselves here. A chance to produce, and they are. And we've got Cruz batting. And they've not had to struggle here at the plate in this game. They just keep building on this lead. Number 22 is called up. He'll be pitching. He's been chosen to take over out there.
Well, it's not surprising they're going to the bullpen now. I just thought maybe they waited a little bit too long. Should have gone and gotten him a little bit earlier.
Good hard splitter. Swung on and missed 0-2.
The most effective pitches are the ones that start at the bottom of the strike zone and fall out of the zone, and you get the hitter to chase and swing and miss. That's what made that effective.
A strike for 5 base hits in this inning and 3 runs up. Leadoff hitter bends over it.
Number 9.
Line drive. That's foul towards first. Swung on, bounced weakly to second. And his throw gets him away.
Second baseman. Number 2.
Number 8 spot in the lineup. There's a swing, line drive, center field. And there it is. That's their first hit of the ball game.
Well, he stayed behind the ball right there real well. Got himself that 1-out base hit.
And their pitcher at the plate now. I think with one out here, Steve, we might see him bunt.
Well, with the pitcher coming up, I think you have to expect they're going to sacrifice him over.
Number 66 will grab a bat and hit here.
Well, with the pinch hitter entering the game right now, the game is officially over.
Swung on, hit. Makes its way through for a single. The opportunity for offense is right now.
Well, anytime you're sitting on the bench, it's hard to tell what a pitcher's really throwing unless you're getting in that batter's box. You come off the bench very cold like he was and delivers. That is huge.
Yang in the box. He flew out his last time up. And looked for a moment like he had a chance to make that play, but not to be. Second pitch, waves at the fastball, and suddenly it's strike 2.
There's 2 quick strikes. Now he's ahead 0-2. Let's see if he goes out of the zone to see if he can get the hitter to chase.
There's a swing and a ground ball. And he will take it himself for the out. What an individual effort. But he'll hang on to that, so they will get 1.
Number 7.
He went all out on that catch. Wow. And the win expectancy graph shows us how important that grab was. Number 2 spot in the lineup up again. Flew out last time. Runners at second and third with 2 outs. Watches that fastball. That goes by him for a strike.
Gary, I think he decided that was a pitch he needed to take as soon as it came out of his hand. Just can't handle that fastball up and away.
Swung on, hit on the ground, and on to first for out number 3, and that's going to do it.
Fans going home unhappy in this one. Their offense, a tough loss here for this crowd today. But boy, do they see some kind of pitching performance from the visiting team.
Now we're going to award our player of the game.
Well, the reason why you put a guy in the cleanup spot in the lineup is because he's the clutch guy. He's the guy you want up in those big situations. And that's how this game was decided today. He came up and he didn't disappoint, coming up with the big clutch hits to help his team win.
And you don't often get the bats going on the road quite like this. Pretty good offensive attack.
Well, when you're on the road, to have this kind of offense, it takes the hometown crowd out of the game. It really helps your chances.
And we hope you've enjoyed today's 2K Sports broadcast of Major League Baseball. For Steve, John, and our entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Gary Thorne. We will see you soon.